Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you the spoiler-free review of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. So let's get into today's video. If you didn't know before, I've been hosting this Harry Potter readathon which started in February and it will end in August. We've completed nearly exactly four books by the end of May. So in the next month, that is June, we'll be reading the fifth book, which is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. You can also join in the readathon if you like to. You can also check out my playlist because I got a spoiler-free review for each and every book and also spoilery discussion videos discussing each and every book in detail. So I'd like you to check them out because they are a bit fun to watch. And if you're a Potterhead, I think you'll enjoy them as well. As usual, first I'm going to discuss about the plot of this book. Now, in this book, we are getting the fourth year of Harry in Hogwarts, and just as usual, this year is darker than the previous years that are put together in this world. Now, in this book, we have this major plot element, which is the Triwizard Tournament. In the Triwizard Tournament, three students are selected, one each from three different schools of magic around the world, one being Hogwarts. And for this year's Triwizard Tournament, which is being held after many years, Hogwarts has been chosen to play the host school. That is, all the competitions are going to be hosted by Hogwarts. All the students from the other two schools, are going to reside in Hogwarts and study there this complete year. And these three people, that is, one person representing each school, is going to be chosen. And the way in which they are selected, that is, the representative for each school, how they are selected, it is really good. That is the job of the Goblet of Fire, and it is done in a very proper way. And there are certain conveniences as usual in the Harry Potter series, because it's not a hard magic system, it is a soft magic system. A hard magic system is one in which you know the rules of the magic system completely before getting into the story. But in a soft magic system, the author just builds the world along with the magic also. That is, you're not given a clear description of how the magic works, but you just learn how the magic works while exploring the story as a whole. Apart from this, we also have many side storylines that are going on along with the ministry and house elves and many other stuff. Apart from these main things which we experience, we also get a lot of character development throughout the book, and we also get a lot of backstories for specific characters, the characters which we have seen in the past three books, as well as the characters which we are seeing for the first time in this book. They have been very well executed by J.K. Rowling. Moving on to the characters. Now, just as in the last three books, we have the golden trio, that is Harry, Ron, and Hermione, and in this book. And specifically, of the three, Hermione is given a lot of importance in this book, and I also like the way in which Harry is portrayed from this book, because in the past three books, it is evidently shown that Harry is the chosen one and he has to do stuff in order to make this wizarding world a better one to live in. But in this book, we see that Harry is very much vulnerable. That is, he can do a lot of mistakes, and in order to do things that he only can do, he has to seek help from a lot of people. We have certain things going on in the book which he will not at all be able to accomplish without the help of Harry, Ron, Hermione, and many other friends. Especially one character stood out to me the most while rereading this book, and that character will be Hermione for sure, because we get different tones of Hermione's character and how she is built as a whole person until this point in the whole series. Because for the first couple or the first three books, the main characteristic which of Hermione which we see is her intelligence and her wit, how she is so wise as a person, how she is the brightest witch of her age. But in this book, we get several other tones of Hermione, while she is being an empathetic person, and apart from that, she is also being a person who can go to an extreme to take revenge on a person whom she detests the most, and those things were very well explained and portrayed by J.K. Rowling. Now I'm going to say something about the pacing of the book. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this one because the pacing of this one is truly, and it is so fast. It is like butter sliding on a hot pan. It is that smooth and that fast. And I should say that of the books which I've read it in these 4 months, this is the book which I've completed the fastest. That is, I've sat through a whole evening and I've completed the book. It is not a small book at all. It is over 700 pages long, and there is some element of this which makes the reader flip the pages continuously. I must say this because after posting my half monthly wrap up for May, I was kind of in a slumpy mood for reading. So I wanted to read a book which will make me pick more books. So I went for Harry Potter because it's obviously a reread, and I'm not going to. It's not going to mess my mind up in any way. It proved to be more than that because I started reading it on a Sunday evening by like 5:30 p.m. and I ended reading it by like 12:30 or 1 in the night. That is a very short time for a 700-page book, right? And I'm sure that if I could read, other people can also read it in that pace because I'm not a speed reader. I read at a very normal speed. It depends on the book, most probably. And this one proved to be very, very good in that sense. And that proved that the pacing of this book was perfect for a reader of my speed. And I think that everyone will be comfortable while reading this. Finally, I'd like to say something about the world building of this book. Now, if you ask me, the world building is the strongest pillar in the Harry Potter series because that will hook the readers to read more and consume more of this whole universe. Because J.K. Rowling has this proper tendency to build the world in a way which is not meandering, which is not boring, but it is very whimsical in nature, so that everyone will get drawn to it in one way or the other for sure. And that is one of the main reasons why I chose to read this one rather than reread this series rather than any other thing in this year. And some of the elements of the world building which I liked a lot are the Quidditch World Cup, which is like the opening premise of the book. And apart after that, we get this whole Triwizard tournament and the inclusion of schools from different locations from our real world who are included within this Harry Potter universe, so that Rowling expands the scope of the world in which Harry Potter takes place. That is, the wizarding world doesn't exist just in Britain, it also exists in various other countries around the world, and there are people who are getting trained in magic in order to become wizards and witches. I like that part a lot. And also, apart from this, we get a clear flesh tone of how the Ministry of Magic is working and how it is going to work further on. We also get this very dark backstory of Voldemort and how he's going to do stuff in the future. Those were all good. I'm not going to discuss all those things in this video. They'll be coming up in the discussions for sure, which will be posted next after this one. The next two videos after this review will be the discussion videos for sure. And please do watch out to them because I'm going to have a lot of thoughts on this book compared to the first three books. It is obvious because the book is huge and there's a lot of things which can be dissected and explained and experienced as a reader. And I think I'm going to enjoy doing those discussion videos, and I'd like to take part in that also. So that's it for today, and if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.